Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Here is Orca Sensei and today we're going to talk about Angels of Death episode number 1. So, from what I heard, this anime is made after a Japanese horror adventure game. So I'm really excited what will happen. The episode begins with this little girl Rachel who wakes up in a strange room. The only thing she remembers is that she was at a hospital and that she has to find her parents. The second she exits the room, she realizes she's not at the hospital anymore and that she's being watched. Um, at the end of the hall, she finds some words written on this wall, and the words mean that only if you are true to yourself, only if you know what you really are, you can escape from this place. Or at least that's what I think they mean. Also, here we find out about the existence of angels and sacrifices. In the next room she enters, we find out why she was brought to this hospital. It seems that Rachel can see the dead. She saw people getting killed, and for some reason she was buffing for counseling. A strange elevator opens, and Rachel went in, thinking that this might be an escape from this building. But a strange voice announces that she was selected to be a sacrifice and that she will be handed down. As she goes further into the building, on each floor new dangers await. The first floor she enters looks like an abandoned street, and it makes you ask yourself if this is still inside a building. But as the plot tells us, it is still inside a building. On this silent floor, she finds a hurting bird and tries to help it, but a figure with a scythe covered in bandages appeared and she was chased down by Zack, which name we know from the trailer. After she managed to escape, Rachel comes back to the bird, which was torn to pieces. At that moment, she lost her senses. She was not herself anymore, and for some reason, she wanted to save that bird in her some kind of delusion. So she tried to sew the bird back, making it look like before. Well, I think this scene was a bit out of the ordinary because how can a little scared girl like Rachel stop and do something like this? Well, I'm starting to think that maybe there's a good reason why Rachel was sent to this building to be a sacrifice and to be killed. I'm asking myself if there might be a possibility that Rachel is also insane like Danny or like Zack or like the others. Well, I'm sure we will find out in the upcoming episodes. But let's also talk about Zack. He's the type who enjoys killing people. He likes to see the despair on people's faces. He gave Rachel 3 seconds before he will start and run after her and kill her. As far as we see, this character is insane. How can you possibly kill people for fun? He's insane, which I think it's great for a horror anime. I really liked his character, his design, his expressions, and the voice acting. I think they were all well made. But let's go back to the plot. Soon, as Rachel reaches the next floor, she realizes she's back at the hospital. There she meets Danny Sensei, the doctor who counseled her, but he's acting a bit strange. It seems that at first he tries to win Rachel's trust and make her feel safe by his side. Danny takes her from room to room, saying that he's looking for an escape for both of them, and that's where Rachel finds another word written on the wall. But for some reason, Danny didn't let Rachel finish reading, which was a bit strange because the words she couldn't read to the end, they were written with red, which I guess it was blood or something like this. But from what Rachel read already, we find out that in this building the rules are absolute, and if you break them, you will have to suffer big consequences. I think this was directed to Zach because later on in the episode he leaves his floor and comes to the floor where Rachel and Danny sensei are. But we will talk about a little bit later. Now, let's go back to the plot. As soon as Rachel realizes that Danny is lying, he starts to show his true colors. It seems that this guy is a lonely man who has no friends on this floor, but he has an obsession for eyeballs. It seems that he wants to keep Rachel by his side forever. What I also find interesting is that Danny asked Rachel about their meeting before the hospital scene. That made me ask myself if there might be a connection between Rachel and Danny. Did they really met before that scene at the hospital, or is Danny just insane? As soon as Rachel tries to escape from him, he decides that she's no longer needed and maybe he will try to kill her. Well, I'm almost sure he will try to kill her. But before he does anything to Rachel, Zach appeared and he killed Danny without hesitation. But because Zach broke the rules, leaving his floor and coming to another floor which he was not allowed to come, the strange voice announces that Zach is now also a sacrifice. He became a sacrifice because of his act of treason. The guy tries to run away, but Rachel comes after him and she begs Zach to kill her, which I think I understand why she did that, because after what she saw, after how she was being chased down, after she was almost killed many times, so I understand why she wants to be killed. With the scene that Rachel begs Zach to kill her, it's how the episode ended. But to be honest, I don't think that Zach will kill her, because as we can see in the trailer, they are both together in the elevator going up on the next floor. So I don't think that Zach has an intention to kill Rachel, at least for now. I believe and I hope that they will try to escape together since they have a common goal. And my first impression of the anime is that I think it's okay. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching the episode. I also like the soundtrack. I think it fits well with the plot. For example, when Rachel was being chased by Zach on the first floor she entered, I really like the atmosphere the soundtrack gave to the plot. It made me feel like I was scared for this girl. I don't want Rachel to die, and feelings like this. I also think that the characters are interesting. I like both Rachel and Zach. They are both interesting. I'm really curious to find out about Rachel's past, why she was both here in the first place. So I'm really curious to find out more about these angels and these sacrifices, and I can't wait to see the next episode. Well guys, that was for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you think I missed something on this episode, you can write down below in the comments. I will make sure to read them, and I will even reply to you. If you want to talk about something, about what you think will happen, or about your impressions about this episode, and so on. Well, I hope you liked the video, and we'll see us next time. Bye bye!